Hello, welcome to beading class. I'm still on the sequence series, but this time around I'll be using sequence and sand bead. I'll be using sand bead as topper, and I'll also be using fishing line. I'm not using thread because I want an invisible effect. I don't want thread to show. So I'll start by I've not my fishing line, so from the back I'm putting the needle, then bringing it out. So I'll feed the first sequence into the needle, then a stopper, a sand bead as stopper. So the sand bead will be on top of the sequence. So that's the sand bead I'm using, and these are the sequence I'm using. So now the sand bead is on top of the sequence. Watch how I'm going to pass the needle again now. So I'll pass the needle back into the sequence, but I'll make sure, I come out from the sequence then into the sand bead. Now I'm going to bypass the sand bead, then put my needle back into the sequence. I'll bypass the sand bead, take it away, so into the sequence. Because if I put the needle inside the sand bead again, then into the sequence, I won't have any stitch. It will lose back. I won't have any stitch. So I've made the first stitch. The sand bead is on the sequence. So I decide to knot it. I want to knot each stitch just to secure it. I might decide to make like 3-4 stitches, then I knot. I might decide to not even knot until I finish my work. But the downside to that is if any of them should cut, if any stitch should cut, all the work is gone. So I bring the needle out where I want my next sequence to be. So I feed it with another sequence, then a sand bead as a stopper. A sand bead. The color of the sand bead is transparent, so it will give a silver effect. So I'm going to bypass the sand bead again, then insert the needle into the sequence, take it back to the reverse of the fabric, then pull it out and tack it again and knot it. Again. So it secures my work now better than waiting to finish the whole thing. And because these sequence are not together, there is space between each sequence. You understand me now? Our space is between each sequence. The first and the second sequence are not together, so it's better I treat them as individual work. So I secure the first one, I secure the second one, then the third one again, I'll do that. So that's the position for the next sequence. I feed it with another one. Then my stopper again. Welcome to the second video. In this video, we'll be learning how to make straight stitches using sequence. So I'll be using my thread, the same color with the sequence. So I'm knotting my thread now. So I'll introduce into the fabric from the back, and I'll pick a sequence. So I'll pick a sequence and insert it into the needle. Don't forget, always make a not too long thread so that it doesn't tangle and give you headache. So I've done that. Now I'm going to pinch in front of the sequence. I'll take my needle down, then bring it out a little distance away from the sequence. The needle goes in front of the sequence, right in front, where the sequence ends. That's why I put the needle in, then I bring it out a little distance away. So I've made a stitch already. So I've fed the second stitch into the needle again. So the needle will go back inside the fabric in front of the sequence, right in front of it, not inside, beside it at the edge. Then I will bring it out a little distance away from the sequence, a little distance at the front. Another stitch. Then I'm feeding the third one. Try to position the sequence very well. Then the needle goes into the fabric, then I bring it out a little distance away. Now this kind of this style of beading minimizes sequence. You don't get to use as much sequence as the other style that overlaps, because in this case the sequences are not overlapping, they are just touching. So it minimizes the number of sequence I will use. Then because they are touching, it will kind of fill up space in lesser time. In no time I filled up a quite wide area of space, thereby making my work faster. So the same process I repeat again. So this method of sequencing is good when you want to fill up a large area. You have a large space to fill up. You can use this method. You can also use it to highlight a particular line, just like the other method of sequencing also. You can use it for highlighting. You can use it to create a border. You create an effect that is not in the fabric. You want to bring out a particular statement, a statement that's not in the fabric. You want to bring it out. You want to create something new into the fabric. You can use this too. So that's it. Don't forget, beading requires consistency. You have to do it again and again.